Celebrities are used to the spotlight, but sometimes they lose their cool. Here are the moments when even the most famous stars couldn't keep it together. Starting with Gordon Ramsay and Sofia Vergara. On The Tonight Show, things quickly became uncomfortable between Gordon Ramsay and Sofia Vergara.
I never screamed like that in real life, you know. I was all acting.
Only in the bedroom? Well, you seem like you're enjoying that. You had a whole wedge in your mouth at any one time?
Yes, I have.
You haven't heard of a knife and fork? No?
You don't eat pizza with a knife and a fork.
You just pick it up and stick it in?
Of course, you have to take it but my son is a very good cook.
Your son?
Yes, my son. Manolo. Yeah. He's 19.
19
years old. Yeah.
Manolo.
Can you change that name?
Can I what?
No. Manolo, what does it mean?
It means Colombian caramel dessert.
Manolo is just a Hispanic name.
Yes,
Not
sir.
everything needs a meaning.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's correct.
Right.
It sounds like a paint.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my interview.
Yeah. Don't you worry about him. Don't you worry about him.
Meanwhile, Sir Patrick Stewart confronted James Corden during an award show over his behavior while presenting. What seemed like a simple exchange turned into a much more heated moment as both stars exchanged sharp remarks.
When the presenters are up here and when the recipients are receiving their awards, don't stand at the back of the stage with your hands in your pockets, looking around as though you wished you were anywhere but here.
Oh, you couldn't be more wrong, sir. You couldn't be more wrong. Oh, genuinely. And if it looked like that, I'm so sorry. But when you come up and present an award, just get on with it. There we go.
From where I was sitting, I can see your belly. And that was right over there at the back of the room. These people down here, you know.
Sorry, I'm waiting for the punchline. Go on. No, seriously, go on.
Okay.
No, go on.
Elsewhere, Bill Cosby made unsettling comments to Sofia Vergara during an interview, leaving her visibly uncomfortable. His inappropriate remarks added to the tension in the room, turning the moment awkward for everyone involved.
Make me feel young again. You make me feel very excited. Look at me.
But don't die right now here, please.
What do you mean, don't die?
Meanwhile, Ricky Gervais made Hollywood's elite uncomfortable when he took aim at their hypocrisy during an award show. His sharp comments set the tone for an awkward atmosphere as he continued to criticize the industry.
So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and fuck off, okay? So, it's all...
Elsewhere, on a different stage, Tom Cruise and Matt Lauer had a fiery confrontation on The Today Show over Cruise's controversial views on psychiatry. The interview quickly escalated as Cruise grew more passionate in defending his beliefs.
Before I was a Scientologist, I never agreed with psychiatry. And then when I started studying the history of psychiatry, I started realizing more and more why I didn't agree with psychiatry. There is no such thing as a chemical imbalance.
So postpartum depression to you is kind of a little psychological gobbledygook?
No, I did not say that.
I'm just asking, what would you call it?
Matt, that is the now you're talking about two different things.
But that's what she went on the antidepressant for.
But what happens, the antidepressant, all it does is mask the problem. There's ways of vitamins and through exercise and various things. I'm not saying that isn't real. That's not what I'm saying. That's an alteration of what I'm saying. I'm saying that drugs aren't the answer. That these drugs are very dangerous. They're mind-altering, antipsychotic drugs. And there are ways of doing it without that so that we don't end up in a brave new world. The thing that I'm saying about Brooke is that there's misinformation, okay? And she doesn't understand the history of psychiatry. She doesn't understand in the same way that you don't understand it, man.
But a little bit what you're saying, Tom, is you say you want people to do well, but you want them to do well by taking the road that you approve of, as opposed to a road that may work for them.
No. No, I'm not.
Well, if antidepressants work for Brooke Shields, why isn't that okay?
I disagree with it. And I think that there's a higher and better quality of life. And I think that promoting, for me personally, see, you're saying, what, I can't discuss what I want to discuss?
No, you absolutely
I know,
can.
But Matt, you're going in and saying that I can't discuss that.
I'm only asking, isn't there a possibility that, do you examine the possibility?
Meanwhile, back in the music world, Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley had a tense moment during an interview where simmering frustrations led to an uncomfortable standoff between the two.
Any idiot can get a woman when they're on tour, but this is a lot more important and a lot more heartfelt than the bragging about the other stuff.
Would you cut? Hold on 1 second. Cut this off for a second. Would you stop cutting me down in front of the camera? I don't go for that shit.
Go on.
I don't know, all of a sudden, like whatever I say, all of a sudden, don't listen to this idiot.
Shifting gears, the drama continued. David Letterman pushed Lindsay Lohan's boundaries when he asked about her rehab experiences.
Aren't you supposed to be in rehab now?
Do you not watch anything that goes on?
I do.
Tabloid now?
Now here's what
May 2nd.
I was under the May 2nd.
Yes.
And how long will you be in rehab?
3 months.
How many times have you been in rehab?
Several.
And how will this time be different? What are they rehabbing, first of all? What is on their list? What are they going to work on when you walk through the door?
We didn't discuss this in the pre-interview.
No, but it'll be 3 months, and
no, I think to be honest, I'm the happiest when I'm working and the healthiest, and I think this is an opportunity for me to, focus on what I love in life, and I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a blessing, and it's not funny because it's hurtful towards me. No, I love seeing you.
Yeah, I love seeing you. Honestly,
I do.
It's nice. Oh, you
stop.
And not far behind, David Letterman reignited old tensions with Paris Hilton by bringing up her jail time during an interview.
How'd you like being in jail?
Not too much.
God, that was just a horrible thing. God, wasn't it horrible?
Yeah,
it was,
definitely.
And you know what? They locked up your friend Nicole. She was only in for a short period of time, wasn't she? Now, how can she was only in for like 45 minutes? How did that work? How can somebody only be in for 45 minutes?
I don't know.
Tell us now. Looking back on that experience, what have we learned? What can you tell us? What's different about you going forward as you look back?
Well, obviously, it was a very traumatic experience.
God, was it?
Meanwhile, in a completely different atmosphere, Jenny McCarthy created a painfully awkward moment when she kissed Justin Bieber during an interview. The moment left him visibly upset, adding an uncomfortable tension to the already awkward exchange.
I feel violated right now.
Meanwhile, Kanye West had an explosive meltdown on Sway in the Morning, challenging Sway Calloway's opinions and personal business ventures. The confrontation quickly spiraled, leaving everyone in the room on edge as Kanye repeatedly shouted at Sway.
Or why don't you empower yourself and don't need them and do it yourself?
How, Sway?
Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Kanye,
I've been doing this more than you.
Doing what?
You ain't got.
Come on, chill out.
You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers.
I'm asking you.
You ain't been doing the education,
bro.
You ain't been doing the education.
Calm down.
You don't have the answers though.
Calm down.
Because you trying to give me advice about something. You ain't got the answer. You ain't spent $13 million of your own money trying to empower yourself.
Yes, but I spent hundreds of thousands and putting out clothing lines at a smaller degree. All I'm asking you,
and it ain't no Ralph though. It ain't Ralph level.
Let me ask you this: I'm asking.
What's the name of your clothing line? We don't know.
Kanye,
you know what I'm saying?
Because I lost money, but that's not
exactly. And I could lose money on a higher level too.
Don't
think just because. Don't think because I got the most or the least money.
Let me finish my question, dog.
Man, man.
Let me hear the question.
You don't have the answers.
I'm asking you for the answer. It's a question. Why is it that you can't? You have money.
I just told you I lost them.
While that unfolded, Jennifer Garner corrected Conan O'Brien's grammar, sparking a brief but awkward moment.
But there's a time when you snuck into the room to see what the...
I sneaked into the room. Snuck isn't a word, Conan. And you went to Harvard and you should know that.
You should know I went to the Harvard driving school, by the way. They didn't teach me much there. But I can parallel park like a bastard.
You have good hair. So I sneaked...
I have good what? Good
hair.
Good hair, yes. Thank you. There's a... Oh, I'm sorry, wait, there's a... I keep a dictionary down here and I just found it. Just want to look at... Oh, what the hell? Look right here. Snuck. Past and past part of sneak.